Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Minecraft. Today, I was thinking about it, and I actually figured out one of the best things to do, because I don't really play this game a lot, like a couple hours every time I do a stream, right? Maybe there'll be some time in the future where I'll decide to go for a lot longer than previously. But today's not that day. I'm probably going to go for a couple of hours. In fact, I have a generalized timer. I'm going to pretty much go until I get done with the subjects that I want to talk about, and like, if no other conversations or topics get brought up, we'll probably end up... How do I want to do this? Well, I don't want to do that because this is supposed to be a thing that goes up here. So this will probably be open, actually. And then this will cover this. Anyway, the subjects for today are basically going to be talking about games that I intend to play in the near future. And that's pretty much, like, if I can't think of any other... Like, this is basically going to turn into a little bit of, like, a blog. That's what they're called, right? It'll basically turn into a variation of something like that. Because, of course, I like the idea of having people be up to date in some way, shape, or form, at least when it comes to what to expect generally. And normally I don't schedule shit out in the traditional sense. Like, I play what I want to play when I feel like I play it, but I have a general idea of what I'm going to play around a certain time. That doesn't always mean that that's what's going to happen. I mean, you can do whatever. For me, it's only always been whenever I'm doing the departure, I do a link for everyone who's watching on Twitch to go through all my links to catch all my associated sites. There's probably a better one that I could use, but for the time being, I don't mind too much. It works, you know? I just need a site. And I don't want to switch it because it's probably worse to switch it or keep multiple, so I'll keep all my links. It is the one that I use, right? Hold on a second. Get me distracted. Yeah, it is all my links. I knew it was, but I sometimes get distracted or second guess myself, and I gotta make sure. Anyway, keep that so people know where to go, and an invite link to the Discord to be like, hey, I always update when I'm going live. I haven't really done much with the schedule, unfortunately. But that's kind of neither here nor there. Anyway, here's the question. Do we even want... I can't really... I mean, I can, but I can't. Screw it. We'll have it be. It'll be weird. But we have to have it like this. Well, we don't have to have it like this, but I'm going to. Anyways, this is going to basically be like a blog slash update day for the most part for whoever's watching, and it will work for both the archive watchers as well as the individuals who watch live, right? Because I normally post my videos in order of the days that I stream them. And when I say normally, I mean like the only time I don't really post a video the day I stream it is when it's like a reactionary type thing that I'm willing to post, right? And the only reactionary type stuff I'm willing to post is stuff like when I'm reacting to the Video Game Awards or any other gaming thing or showcase or whatever you want to call it that shows off something that I'm even marginally excited for. Anyway, and because this is the end of stream week for me, and Friday starting up, it'll be like, okay, so everyone will know what's going on. I'll have to figure this one out. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to build an extension in order to do anything Redstone related for this, which I want to do. I'll figure that shit out later. Anyway, so for upcoming games, right? Or I should say, start with current games. Current games, we have Minecraft, of course. Obviously, that's an every Monday type of game, barring any game that I'm hyped for, like Armored Core 6. But we'll get to that later. So next week we'll of course be playing this one more day, like one more Monday, and we might take a little bit of a break to fully focus on Armored Core. Grand Theft Auto 3, which I'm gonna have to play off stream to catch up where I was on day 1 of the stream, because I've lost a total of 7 hours. 4 hours on day 1, and then we had to restart because of us losing shit, and 3 hours yesterday to make sure we weren't going to lose another 4 hours. I should have tested it way earlier, but Grand Theft Auto 3 we lost 7 hours technically. So off stream I'm gonna catch up to where I was off stream. Off stream I'm gonna catch up to where I was on stream. And then I'll stop playing that. I might do a little bit of grindy stuff to make as much money as possible, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that was a shame. The reason we had that loss was because of the a weird glitch between whatever is up with the game itself, like the coding in the game, and the emulator that I'm using. I don't really mind too much because I have a way to bypass the issue, right? To not have to worry about it. But it's still frustrating nonetheless. Anyway, alongside Grand Theft Auto 3, we're also playing Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. How do we have a door here, I think. So this can go away. Then we go like that. But yeah, we have, well, here's the thing. It's a playthrough that I started way back when, in July of last year. And I kind of want to finish it up a little bit. Right? I want to at least show the main stuff to everyone who's chilling. I don't know if we'll finish. I kind of hope we do finish before the 25th. But I don't know if we're going to, unfortunately. You are, I heard you were excited for Modern Warfare 3. Main story, right? I'm just making sure that, okay, this actually is much better. This is much better. No, I actually need that there, I think. I like this. Ooh, I like that a lot. Yep. I kind of figured, because most people, apparently they focus on the multiplayer of those types of games, which is understandable considering, like, it's what it's known for, right? It's the mainstream thing. That doesn't mean that there are people out there that don't enjoy the story of Modern Warfare, but I'd go as far as to say 80% probably of the people who get a Call of Duty game. Maybe I'll say 60. I'll be generous. That might be underselling it. I'll stick to 60. 65 care more for the multiplayer. At least that's my generalized guess. So those are the two games that we're focused on primarily, like, right now. And how it works is which is what I normally don't do. I normally don't go on and play Grand Theft Auto first. I've been, like, playing Dishonored for the most part, and then switching over to a Grand Theft Auto game afterwards. Primarily Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which we actually finished up last week. Yeah, we finished it up last week, and I tried to start Grand Theft Auto 3, but I kept losing the damn progress, so that was demotivational. But I'll get back into the swing of things easily enough. I'm trying to think of whatever the third mode is, but I can't. Also, greetings and good day, Warcoms, aka Rattletaz. How are you doing today? Don't know why I started to get a southern drawl there, but I did. This is coming along nicely. Fun fact, I'm actually going to have to expand this a little bit more than I thought I would. So this is going to be a little bit weird. Spec Ops. Ah, okay, there we go.
Put a little sparkle in your scratch-offs with the new $20 games from the Ohio Lottery. There's mining for millions with a multitude of prizes and up to 23 wins on every
So here,
$2 million
here,
spectacular with a 76%
here.
payout and over $59 million in total prizes. Both scratch-offs have a
There we go.
$2
Okay.
million top prize.
Anyway,
Mining for millions and
I figured out what I'm going to be doing on Mondays when I don't really have a lot of subject to talk about. Like today, I didn't have much to bring up off the top of my head outside of, like, I woke up at 9 to work on a fryer again. But outside of that, same old bullshit. But no, what I intend to do every time I play a Minecraft is, like, to use it as a blog of sorts, I guess you could call it. I don't really know if I like calling it that, but that's an apt description. Yeah. Nice. Anyways, and I was just going over what I'm currently playing, which is Grand Theft Auto 3 into Metal Gear Solid 5 instead of what I normally was doing, which was Dishonored into Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Anyway, games that are going to be coming up after, or maybe not exactly after, but games that are going to be coming up soon. First and foremost, of course, is Armored Core 6. I am extremely hyped for that game. We are 12 days out from the game coming out, so I'll get more and more hype as the time gets closer and closer to release. Alright? But it's gonna be one hell of a wait. Then again, it's already been a hell of a wait, you know? So yeah, that's first and foremost. We're gonna be taking a break from Minecraft Mondays if I'm that into Armored Core, and there's a high probability that it's gonna be a 24-hour stream whenever I do decide to dive down and play AC6. After Armored Core, which maybe even during it, because there will come a time where like, okay, I'm enjoying Armored Core, but I want to get back to how things normally were, or normally are, however you want to word it. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. It'd be awesome, but they're making so much. Then again, okay, here's a little catch-22, right? This is a catch-22 situation, I feel. If the rumors are true and they are working on Titanfall 2, that might be a bad thing for Apex Legends. Because the only reason I could think that they would be working on Titanfall 3 is to try and hype up Apex Legends to get people to come back or to keep playing it. Because they must not, like, they've been making some changes that I've heard a lot of people have not been enjoying, and normally when people don't enjoy changes, they proceed to stop playing the fucking game. Right? Exhibit A, the Psycho Frontier. And look at where that game went, or is going. Ow. That hurt. I'm gonna have to put a fence up here because that will get some people killed. Actually, no, not a fence. Something like that, maybe? No, we want this corner to be exposed, actually. Well, out of gas. Or I should say, bricks. Yeah, I enjoyed Apex Legends until they decided to take arenas away. That kind of made me a bit bitter. Made me a wee bit bitter. Oh no, that actually should stay there. Not 4. I mean, it would make sense because Ash is a legend. Right? So, it would make sense that they start bringing more and more characters. Oh, man. The comments between Jack Cooper and Ash should be pretty fucking good then. Shouldn't they? The least I would do is actually look him up and see if they had any. If he does come out. Yeah. Yeah. See? You start thinking about character interactivity because of their history with each other, and things get a little bit more interesting. But yeah, outside of Armored Core 6, which is the primary upcoming game to be focused on, talk and ye shall receive. I've been hemming and hawing about whether or not I was going to pick up and play Grand Theft Auto 4 and... Right? Like, it's on sale until the 25th for 75% off or whatever it was. So I was like, fuck. I can't be like, you know what, yeah, sure, at some point I'll get the game before I expected to get it in a couple weeks from now when I was about ready to finish up Grand Theft Auto 3. Not fucking them to do that and be like, you're gonna play that, you're gonna get that game a little bit earlier, you thought you were gonna get that game there cheap. Fucking... I'm not complaining, because weirdly enough, after my experience with 3, I've kind of been a little bit more, like, I don't know why that it's making me more excited to play Grand Theft Auto 4, but it is. The fact that even though I'm like not enjoying the mechanics of the game, I am enjoying the nostalgia, right? And the other experiences that are coming from playing that game, a game with which I had not played for like, what was it, 12 years or something like that? No. 10 years. I'm going to say 10 years. Because the last time I played any of the Grand Theft Auto games was just before I played Grand Theft Auto 5. And I've not played another Grand Theft Auto since. I played Grand Theft Auto 5 like... it's the only game that I've ended up getting 5 times. I feel like, not really 5 times, 3. I've gotten it 3 times. I've played Grand Theft Auto 4 and beat like all the way. I played it and all the way through twice. That's it. Which should go to show how much I didn't really enjoy that experience when I compared it to a game that I previously enjoyed. That being Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But yeah, no, it's basically when I get done with Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 4 would take over. And I'm not sure what's going to be replacing Metal Gear Phantom Pain when we finish that.
I'm honest.
But
Oh, hey. I was hoping
there are quite a few classic games.
maybe a little too honest. But that's why I like getting
I'm gonna mute this for a second so I can hear myself think. There are quite a few classic games that I've recently or am going to regain access to, and when I get out of Grand Theft Auto 3, that technically won't be the classic game. So what's funny is my thing is I normally play like I'll average out 2 games on a stream day, right? I kind of like doing that. But if I'm really into a game, I will play it for the whole stream, kind of like how I was doing with Dishonored. If I'm like meh, like I'm enjoying it, but I want to change things up, I'll switch to 2 different games. So Grand Theft Auto 3, I'm enjoying it, but not enough to want to play it for like 6 hours straight, so I am going to have a Switch thing. And normally what it is like a primary game that's more modern, and then a secondary game that would be classified as a classic. Run Like Hell, Primal, Turok Evolution. There's like quite a list of games that I forgot I ever had access to, and now I'm looking at them and I'm going, man, I'm gonna have to play these on stream, because if nobody knows about these games that I was just referencing or talking about, I would like to show them off, like, right, maybe introduce them to people, because they're a hell of an experience. Really? It's raining. Whatever. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Forgot about that. But it is the characters are coalescing. There we go. And these are games that I've not played. Like, Run Like Hell is a game that I'm probably going to save until October to play it, right? Because it's more on the thriller horror side of things. I actually really like how this is turning out. I'll have to make some adjustments on the top side up here to indent it more. Because I kind of don't like how it flattens like that. I would like it if it got indented and maybe had like an extra indent that went like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe just indent it like that, and that'll be fine. Nice. I don't really watch a lot of movies. But yeah, that's pretty much like the generalized what's the current active games, what's coming up next, and now we can talk about like aspects of the games that I'm hyped to see and stuff like that. We can start getting to specifics, right? Like, you probably might be able to tell I seem a little bit more hype talking about Armored Core than I was previously. And the main reason that is because I finally got my shit and got the ability to get the game, so we have pre-ordered Armored Core 6. Now we're just waiting for release. Man, I'm excited for that. I'm gonna have to step away here for a moment. Team Fortress 2. Really? That's interesting. Anyway, when I come back, I'll probably start talking about specifics that I'm excited for with Armored Core 6. I'm gonna run a couple minutes of ads. Gotta try to get into the habit of doing that because nothing else is really going on when I step away. Because I pause it and all that. Anyway, Be right back. Well, you are subscribed, are you not, Yuri? Because no subscribers to the channel, aka Guardians of the Kingdom, don't really get ads unless Twitch itself is the one that pushes the ads. Because they do have some ads that they can push to people that are subscribed. I think, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. Twitch is weird. Anyway, what the hell is I doing in this? Do I have clay? If I have clay, I can make more brick. But yeah, the things I'm gonna say, like, little spoiler warning for people that do not want to have any type of like spoilers for gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, because I'm one of those weird types of individuals that love to hear about the mechanics and stuff like that of certain games, and like I'll be okay watching somebody go through parts of a level of a game, especially with how long I feel that Armored Core 6 is actually going to be. I mean, I'm the big thing is I don't care about being spoiled. about shit, right? Like, I'll avoid story spoilers to my best ability, but if I get spoiled, I'm like, that sucks, but whatever, because it's just, knowing what happens isn't what drives me to play the game. It's getting to these points and how you get there that does. You know what I mean? Like, a game like Dishonored, you could tell me that if you do this, like, I shouldn't have said Dishonored, I should have, like, now I want to try to, like, I hate spoiling people, right? That's what I care about. I care if I spoil people. I don't care if other people spoil me, but most of the time I try to keep it unintentional spoilers on anyone who's watching, because I don't want them to spoil for other people. Right? But shit happens at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, just look at what happened with God of War. Assholes were, and regardless, if I don't care about being spoiled, I'm still gonna call them what they are, because if you put the thumbnail and the title as the spoiler, you're an asshole. Like, fuck off. It made me kind of chuckle a little bit when I first saw it, because I was like, damn, that is a dick move. Anyway, so yeah, that's your little spoiler warning. I don't know when I'm not going to be talking about the mechanics of Armored Core 6, so if you got to bounce because you don't want to be spoiled, I understand completely. Shit.
Dead Memories really helped expand what Slipknot meant to the world. Listen now on Spotify.
But yeah, outside of the basic mechanics of like what you normally do in Armored Core, of do missions, get money, use said money to get upgrades for your Armored Core, and then proceed to keep doing those missions, they've definitely given Armored Core 6 the Elden Ring treatment. Now, what I mean by that is Elden Ring is probably one of the most forgiving Dark Souls-esque game that has come out from Software. Armored Core 6 is the same way for the Armored Core games, right? Because it probably is the most forgiving Armored Core game compared to all of them. You can go a lot higher than I remember. Like, what is the height limit? Damn. Anyways, I couldn't help but watch like a gameplay breakdown, or there was actually like a couple of missions that were allowed to be broken down because they allowed people who got early access to the game, people like Vati Video, to show off 4 specific missions and only like a half hour of all 4 of those missions. And it was a bit unfortunate that there were some story spoilers, but like when I say some, I mean like I wouldn't view it as enough to be legitimately spoiled. Height limit for building is 319. That is crazy. Anyway. But yeah, so I watched Vati videos like what? It was like an hour or something like that. I don't even know if it was a full hour. And it was basically going over certain mechanics and stuff like that. And I also watched the more recent gameplay reveal trailer thing. And I was analyzing that a bit as well, because there are some mechanics It does look like some people might be a little bit frustrated that it is as forgiving as it seems that it is. I'm okay with that because I would love for that game to do really well and for more Armored Cores to come out in the future because that franchise is so good. And what's hilarious enough is I'm still aggravated at the individual who told me that Armored Core 4 was bad. And the only reason they said it was because they didn't like the changes that it went through. It's like, guys, just because you don't like the changes doesn't mean it's a bad game. That's you letting your opinion overwhelm your thought process. No. The get good mentality, I don't like that shit at all. Right? I know you're not saying it that way, but there are some people who take that shit seriously, and it's like I understand where they're coming from. Here's where my problem derives from. Not all games are for everyone. I understand that completely, right? And I'm alright with them making games more forgiving. Because I like it when more people play more games, right? Just because it's forgiving doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, right? Elden Ring might be the most forgiving of the Dark Souls games. Dark Souls games. I was like, something doesn't sound right there. Anyways, it might be the most forgiving out of those. However, that doesn't necessarily make it the easiest. Hell, in some cases, depending on how you play it, it probably could be the hardest. Here's the thing. Depending on how you play Elden Ring, it could be the hardest video game of all time or the easiest. That's how forgiving that game is. Exactly. I mean, I spent 8 hours on Margit. And this was like after exploring for 18 hours up to that point. Right? Mind you, I did less than 18 hours, 12 hours, because I spent 6 hours on the Crucible night. And you know what's funny? The reason I spent so long on all those bosses is because I had so much trouble with enemy types that enemy types that what's it called? Did you just fuck that up? No. That delay their attacks, and fucking every single boss in that game has. It's like a dance whenever you fight one of the bosses in Elden Ring. It really is. It's almost like fighting the dancer when you have, like, for the first time. But the dancer has a different moveset every single time you face them. I know it's not exactly like that, because there are a couple of enemies that just brute force type of shit. I'll never forget getting RKO'd and fucking body slammed from the top of the turnbuckle from that one boss. Giving me a fucking tombstone. If you were there, you know. If you played the game, you know what boss I'm talking about. Fucking. I lost half the times I fought him because I was laughing so hard. But yeah, there's like, it's a lot more fast paced than what I'm probably used to, because the last Armored Core game that I really played was Armored Core 3. Because Armored Core 4 takes it and made it way more fast paced. But there's a lot more to it. Oh shit, also. Wait. There we go. Okay, now we just let that cook and we're good to go. What were we doing in Minecraft? I don't know. But anyways, back to the mechanics for Armored Core 6 after I got distracted. It's a lot more fast-paced. It looks like you could really abuse some of the weapon setups you can do, because it almost looks like you can fire all your weapons at the same time. Like everything's on, like all the weapons are on your bumpers and triggers, which is very new, because I'm used to having an attack button and a button to switch to your different weapons. And I wasn't able to, like, I was able to pause it a couple times, but I was trying not to pay too much attention to how everything looked. I'm trying not to smile, because when I say I wasn't paying too much attention, it means I was, like, pausing and going back and frame by framing shit. Which means I was really paying attention. Anyway. It looks like you can get like 2 miniguns for left and right arms and be able to dual wield and shit like that to that extent. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. Love that kind of shit. The energy management looks so much more intuitive than before. Like it's ridiculous how intuitive it looks. Like they definitely changed shit up. They really want you to use and abuse your thrusters and stuff like that. And some of the way the boss fights looked, mechanically, it almost looked very similar to how a Souls boss would be. But yeah, I don't know if there's any like side mission. There's bonus objectives, I think. I don't know. All I know is I'll be finding that out when I play the game itself, because I do want to probably S rank every mission before doing, maybe, depending on how much I like it, doing New Game Plus. Now that sounds weird, but here's why. Apparently, New Game Plus will actually add new missions. Name games that do that. There's not a lot of games that have New Game Plus, let alone a New Game Plus that actually adds additional content like that. And the game itself is going to be pretty big because of how many parts there apparently is going to be, right? Like part 1 is split into 11 chapters or something like that, I guess. And there's apparently several parts. I have no idea how many. Could be 3, could be 4. It's going to be a hell of a long experience is what it's going to be. And all I know is I'm going to make the most out of it. And there's a multiplayer. There's a 1v1 up to 3v3.
Kelly Blue Book is the one-stop shop for
So that's actually something that I'm really interested in.
Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'll do the multiplayer, in all honesty, because I'm not... the multiplayer is not why I'm interested in the Armored Core game at all. Let's go!
And schedule a time to meet. For all of the its.
That's awesome. Hitting 100K.
Here's some rock solid advice. Fentanyl's nothing but trouble. It's 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine.
Of course, like always, you could save them, or you could spend them. All up to you. Let's go do a little bit of core work, because I don't really know what else to do. I wasn't going to get too into detail with the mechanics, apparently, because I'm thinking about it, and it's like, I could talk more about, like,
right to what you love and skip the rest. That means
how you have dodges, and I don't think you have iframes. You have repair kits and stuff like that, but
upgrade to premium and listen your way.
that starts to get more into detail, and just basic ideas of mechanics is what I wanted to go over realistically. Even then, some people are like, that's too much spoiler information, I don't want it. And again, I guess it's understandable to some extent. What is BO4? I think I've heard that before, but I can't think of the name of the game. It sucks that you got, people that try and target other people like that, but it's a good thing to hear that it ain't working. Of course, of course. What does BO4 stand for? The name of the game. I can't. Alright, well I guess we're gonna go to sleep then because that was loud. Black Ops. Okay. I thought so. I wasn't 100% sure though. I was like, the way you're talking, it could be anything from an MMO to Black Ops 4. And then you said Black Ops 4. How much do you like Black Ops 4, War? I imagine quite a bit because, you know, you're playing it right now. Ooh, that sucks. Top 2. What's the top 1? Yeah. Black Ops 3's really... That was the only Black Ops... Really, that was the only COD game that I played online. Multiplayer. That's saying something. Because normally I don't give a shit about COD multiplayer. Right? Because it's just, you die so fast, and as someone who... Well, mind you, now I'm a bit biased here, I'll admit that right now, right here, because... And the reason I'm a bit biased is because of the fact that I used to not be very good at games like that, especially considering I would use a controller. It got really bad when, crossplay, that's the word, crossplay, first became a thing. All by yourself. Oh, that's great. There's some people, man. Like, the only issue I have, like, yeah, of course I get competitive, and if I get taken out, I'll bitch, right? But it's forgotten soon after. The only time I get truly upset is the shit that I keep bitching about way after the fact. Like, you'll still hear me occasionally bitch about that one asshole who, like, we got 2 wins in a row, and I was working my ass off, right? Working my ass off. And the jackass had the audacity. This was in arenas in Apex Legends before arenas went away. And this jackass, who was literally the worst out of our team, types EZ in the chat. I got so fucking aggravated. There's probably a clip of me yelling about easy, and I just go off how he doesn't have the right to say that because he's not doing dick compared to me, and I was carrying those two. I got so upset we ended up actually losing the fucking game because of that, and I was like, that's what we get. That's what we fucking get. Yeah. That's well, when you get hit like that by a individual like that's what happens, because they're fucking with the Wi-Fi, whatever it is, to get you hit. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not good at that shit. I kind of get how it works, but I couldn't tell you the specifics. Unless it's just that simple. Yeah. I think it's a server connectivity thing. That's what I think they hit. I think they hit your connection for the game through the server, so all it would affect is that game. I think. Unless it lagged me as well. If it just lagged your game, that's what they did. If it lagged me as well, then that's different. But if it just lagged your game, it's like your connection to the server they interrupt. Alright. So it was probably them fussing with the server connectivity or host connectivity, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know, I'm not a smart guy when it comes to that kind of shit. I'm more smart philosophically. And intelligent when it comes to, like, certain things regarding video games. Like, how exactly they're made, I have a general idea for it, and because I have that general idea, I give mad respect to developers and programmers and the like that, because that shit is pretty fucking difficult for the average individual. Yeah. Jackasses like that don't know when to quit. At least till they get bored of it, and it's like, alright, they feel that the person in question learned their lesson or whatever. I think I have a general idea of what that's in reference to. You got, I don't know how, which, it should be fine because it's, but then again, it's Twitch, so I don't know. Yeah, fuck, that's fine. I was talking about the hole in the floor. But I think I know what that is. Yeah. Good kid. And you want to know why I know what that is? I know what that is because of, Watch Dogs. I was trying not to say Overwatch, Watchmen. Yeah, isn't it that... Is it that musical? I know I've heard about it, and I know it revolves around Alice in Wonderland type stuff, right? Or am I completely mistaken on what it is? Because I've heard about it before. So I guess I was right about Alice Through the Looking Glass. Why did I try to mix glass and change? Okay. So yes, I do know what it is. What's really funny is the fact that it's that common should go to show how useless it is. That's ridiculous, in all honesty. It's something to laugh at, too. It truly is something to laugh at, but it is annoying. Oh, yeah, no. Why would it... Hey, less 5-year-old game, more look at who released it. You think they give any iota of a fuck about hackers? I mean, I didn't really follow Black Ops. I don't really follow like Black Ops and Call of Duty that often, so no, I have no idea. Wow, really? That's actually insane. Still doesn't mean that they don't give a shit about the fact that it's rampant with hackers. Nice. That's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of games that don't really get a good balance of free-to-play aspects over top of the paid aspects, you know what I mean? Or the microtransaction stuff. Like, when, what was it? That Lord of the Rings, that game that came out with the Nemesis system or whatever the hell they call it. Or the rival system or whatever. They were doing the time it took to grind out to get 100% of the game or some shit like that. To the point to where it's worthless to do that, and the microtransactions were really the only way to do it. So, like, they didn't have a really good balance of microtransactions over time spent to get it for free. Or time spent to get it for free over that, whatever it is. Because I like it when you could get everything, right? I like it when you can get absolutely every single thing for free. If it costs time, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, if you really break it down, they're making the reason that you have all those free-to-play games. Why, yes, they do have microtransaction aspects, and some games are worse than others. Like, even though I enjoy the game greatly, for just being like a chill, hey, spend an hour fucking around doing the dailies, if that, in it. It's one of those types of games that just, like, I can grind forever off, it, like, in the background. That being Raid Shadow Legends, right? I enjoy it, but man, is it bad with the microtransactions and the costs to get certain things. Like, there are certain things you are not gonna fucking get unless you get really, really fucking lucky or spend a lot of money. Or you were there day one and have so many high-level champions that you can do all the shit without dropping half your bank account. Which even then, you're not going to be able to do it on a consistent basis, right? Because I have spent
At Park National Bank, what means a lot to you means a lot to us.
a lot of fucking days logging in, like every single day to log in and do the dailies in that game, right? And you start to learn a lot when you fucking spend as much time in a game as you spend in it, even if it is over the period of a year, right? Like, you really start to learn stuff. Hell, I'm starting to learn more and more shit about War Thunder, and that's a game that I played a couple years after, like for fucking 13 years or some shit, on and off. This is the most I've ever played it in a row. Well, yeah, and then you have games that, yeah, they have their microtransaction aspects, but it's really meh. Because all they're giving you is cosmetics that, well, would be nice to have. You don't have to have, they're just cosmetics at the end of the day. Fucking... There are individuals that exist that just... You can tell they're immature as fuck. Based entirely off of just their etiquette, you know? It is phenomenal. How easy it is to tell the maturity of someone based on that kind of shit alone, you know what I mean? Like, you might not know who it is exactly, or you might know who exactly it is, regardless of that. 30 seconds. Yeah, that's not that bad at all. Put the andesite away. But yeah, this is one of those things where, hilariously enough, this will probably, again, I have stuff I want to do in this game, so I'm going to keep playing it. And hopefully in the future I'll figure out, like, more stuff that I want to talk about randomly on stuff like this. When it comes to, like, what I plan to play next. Like this is, I might talk about this on other days, but this is the day where it's like, alright, I've thought about it after kind of hemming and hawing about it. I've deduced that that's really what I want to do, so I'm going to talk about it on Monday. To, like, again, nothing is ever set in stone for me like that, but I'm going to use this as a way to I can't think of the way to phrase it, but I'm gonna say set in stone. Like Monday's okay, let's look at it this way. You know how they pour the concrete in the hands? They do the hand thing with the concrete, right? And then they gotta let it dry. Imagine that this is concrete, slow drying concrete that takes 3 days to dry. I'll bullshit about it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then I'll, like, alright, start to set it in the concrete, and then over the next couple of days it'll dry, and if I let it dry, that means, yeah, it's set, and that's what I'm going to be doing when Friday starts. There are certain things that have dried out when they were announced, like the Armored Core 6 thing. That's already been dried out. Even before they were like, hey, this is when it's coming out. I was like, I'm playing it when it comes out. Even if it... Luckily, it comes out on a day that I stream, so I don't have to change my schedule a little bit. Right? That's one of the cool things about that. Good. But yeah, for the 24-hour, there'll probably be a point in time, maybe a couple points in times where I take a break during the stream to refuel. Again, it's highly likely that I'm going to do a 24-hour. Could do a little bit longer than 24 hours, if I'm being real. Could do. But, that is, it's becoming more and more likely that I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream of Armored Core 6 when it comes out. Yeah, I'm seeing your messages. I'm gonna hold my thumb up because I don't know if you can hear me as well, but I am seeing your messages. Okay. Good to hear that you can hear me. I don't give a shit how someone plays an online game as long as they're not using hacks or shit like that. That's just like... At this point, it doesn't even bother... Like, it will bother me, don't get me wrong. I can't help but be frustrated that the way that I lose is to somebody who has aimbot. But at the same time, that's becoming less frustration and anger and more... Look at this jackass. They can't even... They need to use this to beat me. That's how I start looking at it. And it's starting to make more and more sense because if I put enough time and effort into a game, I get really fucking good at it. Like, if I didn't start to dislike Apex Legends as much, I'd probably want to create a group and grind it out with a trio. Like a dedicated trio. Because in all honesty, if I had a dedicated trio, it'd be more likely that I would want to play it. But now that I've kind of like wrote it off, I'm like, I just have no desire whatsoever to play it at all. Especially given the fact they got rid of fucking arenas. Like,
Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the
the fuck?
dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by JD Power. Kia,
Movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Whether it's the toppings for your homemade pizza or your favorite ice cream.
Honestly, that was what it was starting to become. Arenas was starting to become the only reason I played Apex.
You might even be able to join an aggregated group buying program. Don't want to choose? No problem.
And honestly, I'm starting to just get bored of
Energy's default rate. Just visit
BRs.
choice.com to learn more.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I can, like, I'll play if a new BR comes out tomorrow and I'm interested in checking it out, I'll check it out. Hell, I'll check out any BR, but I probably won't stick around in it for long because the games I'm really interested in are like the extraction shooters, the looter shooters, the stuff like Escape from Tarkov, Marauders. Those are the types of games that I'm getting more and more into over top of anything else, in all honesty. Exactly. I'll try it, doesn't mean I'll play it. That's a good way to word it. So how much do you want to bet that when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, one of the online multiplayer modes is going to be a battle royale? Shit. Exactly. That's why I was kind of like laughing like that, because the only way I could see Rockstar even doing something like that, now this is going to sound really fucking weird, but this is the truth. Maybe they'll surprise us. I could only see them ever doing that is if it was a main story mission and it wasn't a full thing. It was like you get thrown in the middle of some shit and you just like, fuck this, I'm not playing by the rules, get me the fuck up out of here. And like, you steal a helicopter or some shit and just leave. That's the only way I could ever see some sort of a battle royale thing happening. And even then, it's a stretch. It would be. Then again, nobody knows what the GTA 6 map looks like, so... You know what else I'm interested in? What mods are going to end up existing as a result? Like, outside of the obvious, because if any video games gets mods of any form or description, one of the first things that ends up getting is always a nude mod for some fucking reason. Sandy Shores, right? Take Sandy Shores off. Just a little... Yeah. I guess I get what you're saying about Sandy Shores. You want to know why the reason Sandy Shores even existed? If you look at the old map of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and compare it to the current map, you can definitely take like rip certain parts of the map up and get most of Grand Theft Auto 5's map. Like the northern area of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, that's kind of what Sandy Shores is supposed to be. Obviously not all of it, because I didn't call it... Is it Las Venturas? Because they don't call it Las Vegas. That doesn't exist, unfortunately. I wish it did. right? I would have liked to be able to gamble in without playing online multiplayer. I would have liked to be able to single player play poker or whatever, blackjack, whatever, you know? It's been a while since they put poker, like I've seen them put poker in a game. The last one I think was Red Dead Redemption. Did they have poker in Red Dead Redemption 2? Yeah, and that's not, that's just, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I like anticipating stock prices as much as the next guy or gal, but the fuck are you trying to make shit like that work like that? Well, bit of a shame, but I could always Google it, in all honesty. That's what I was gonna do before you said take Sandy Shores away. What the hell is it gonna look up? I'm kind of tired. I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now because I had to wake up early for that fryer. I mean, I can't stop. I have no advice to give. I always ignored it when people would message me or try and do shit like that to me. I would always ignore them because to me they weren't worth me wasting my time and effort to come up with something to say to them. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up. Red Dead Redemption 2 poker. Yeah. Looks like they do have poker in Red Dead 2. They do. Hell yeah. Also, another thing, I don't know when. I will eventually play Red Dead Redemption 2 at some point. And that might be one of the few games that I actually decide to play with a mod activated from the word go. Specifically, it's a mod that lets it to where you can start fishing right off the bat. Because apparently fishing is blocked behind some sort of a mission or something like that that you have to do, like a story progression point. And I don't like being blocked like that, right? Like, in my mind, honestly, in my mind, one of the best examples of a fishing minigame in an open world game comes from Final Fantasy 15. The fact that you could literally, from the word go fishing, and the way the fishing mechanic in of itself is actually perfect for me. I don't know if other people want something different or better. I don't know how you really get much better than that without it being a legitimate fishing game. Then again, every time I do the races in Grand Theft Auto Online, this was a while back, a long while back, when I was wanting to try and be a really good multiplayer racer. It feels like a racing game. I'm not saying it feels like the best racing game. I'm saying it feels like a racing game. Because of the way the vehicles control. It's awesome. So it kind of would make sense that they would just improve upon whatever they have already had up to this point when it comes to fishing minigames. Because you know, if they do put it in, it's going to be fairly ripped from Red Dead Redemption 2. Damn it. I actually am tired today. Tired as fuck. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's coming across my mind when it comes to Armored Core. I mean, right now I'm excited, but I think one of the things that's hampering my excitement, like I said, is my tiredness. Don't you fucking dare explode. Oh, I can say on another note, scrolling through Twitter over the last couple of days, and it's been hilarious to see everyone freaking out over the One Piece anime stuff. Regardless if they're freaking out because they absolutely love what is going on or they absolutely hate it. It's so entertaining to see people go at each other's throats on Twitter. It really is. Like, they put way too much stock in shit that does not matter.
And Charles and I are teaming up to create Last Song Standing, a new show where we determine an artist's single best song by debating our way through...
Oh, I mean X. X.com. My apologies.
Lamar. We're talking Good Kid to Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Mr. Morale.
Fucking jackass.
And the features.
Listen to Last Song Standing on the Dissect podcast feed, only on Spotify.
What a decision to make. Take an extremely recognizable name, brand, product, however you want to word it, and to decide to completely alter its logo. That is something. I mean, probably. How many kids does he have? Let's find out. That's how many X's he has, I think. Or guaranteed 4. Guaranteed 4. Possibly 5. And how many kids? 10 children. He has 10 kids. So yeah, you weren't wrong. The association between why he's trying to change, or why he is, not trying to, why he is changing Twitter's brand to what he's changing it to. Here's your sign. It's amazing what you learn just from a random comment, isn't it? Because I'm one of those people that will say something stupid sometimes. Like, I'll be having a conversation with my old man, and I'll say something in a joking way. But then I'll think about it, and I'll be like, to Google! I always Google shit. right? Just to do some research and figure out and see what all the possibilities are, you know? Like if I'm actually right, what the exact information's supposed to be. Another thing is, I don't get why there is such a hang-up. Well, again, it's less so than it used to be, but there still is a little bit of a hang-up with games and stuff like that. Like, they're not as they used to be, especially considering coronavirus. Nobody had anything to fucking do, so they played video games and learned what video games are. Oh, holy shit. That's funny. Couldn't. Ooh. Oh, that's funny. Couldn't broadside. I mean, oh, couldn't DDoS the broadside of a barn. Holy shit, that's a good one. Shit. Wait. Shit. Shit. That's why it was fucking up. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, it's going back and forth. Whatever. Nope. There we go. A lot of bone meal. That's what that is. A lot of bone meal. Here's what the funny part is. Like I said, you can tell that individual's really immature because in their mind, they probably think they're actually causing you frustration and you're over there laughing about it. Goes to show people like that how much value they have on a good majority of individuals. Honestly, I wouldn't have any respect for the individual even if you could DDoS people in a good way. Like, and when I say good way, I mean like actually successfully DDoS them. Right? People like that are just a lot of negative comments just wrapped into one ball of worthlessness. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, listen. After going through Grand Theft Auto 3 and whatnot like that, I'm pretty familiar with commonality, stereotypes, and reputations for being a certain way, right? It could be way worse, trust me. The stereotype, that is, not the person that you have to deal with, which, yeah, that's true too. The person you could have to be dealing with could be way worse as well. Alright. Actually, I should probably wipe them out as well. Alright, let's go. But yeah, a lot of the reasons why I'm not talkative right now is just being tired. Had a fairly long work morning. Got it. I had a fairly long work morning, waking up early and having to deal with fryers, which I fucking despise working on chicken fries. I really do. Maybe I'll get some energy in me when I step away to get my food. Should be done in a little bit here. I'm waiting for the buzzer to go off. You probably won't hear it though. It's basically a buzzer that's on vibrate. You can tell this was one of the first things I set up because they still have stone pickaxes. The hell do I still have stone pickaxes for? What? In the hell? Hey, green is a good day, caveman. I am pretty tired. I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now, and I woke up to go work on a chicken fryer for a couple of hours. Listen, I am what one would call, in video games, a collector. That's the kind way to say hoarder. Because I have this issue with throwing shit out. I've gotten better at it, in all honesty. But they're stone. This is what they're worth. That's what they're worth right there. Leave them to fucking despawn. They're worthless. They're not worth the pity amount of stone you'd get. Even if you could get stone from them, you know? Again, it's just not worth it. They're not... Like, okay. Early on, that makes sense to do, right, Rhett? It makes sense to do early on. However... honestly don't really need to get fuel. If I do need to get fuel, I just do this. Alright, we come over here and we choppy chop some woody wood. Oh, I will say, a game that I ended up not putting on my list at all, because, well, I did enjoy Final Fantasy 15 and I was kind of hyped for Final Fantasy 16. It didn't scream to me like Armored Core has been. I'm a bit biased though. Alright, I guarantee if I grew up playing Final Fantasy 7 and shit like that, I'd probably be way more into the Final Fantasy series than I currently am.
Listen to all the songs that fuel your fire without hearing ads.
Which is an understandable thing, you know, considering most people will tend to be hyped for the games that they played growing up, or the franchises that they played while growing up. Like, you all saw how well, maybe not all of you saw, but there's a highlight of my initial reaction to the announcement of Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. And I'm, like, really fucking hyped for that. But for as hyped as I am, I'm also worried. Can't help but be worried. Because it's such an iconic game, and it's... like, it's so good as it is. That... They better not fuck it up. That's probably a good way to do it. In all honesty, I don't think I'll ever be like that. I'm a bit too optimistic when it comes to certain things, in all honesty. I really am. And then again, there are some things I'm optimistic enough about, right? Like, in all honesty, I'm excited for the new Grand Theft Auto, not because of the leaks, which it does help. Knowing that they're working on the game and seeing how the direction that they're potentially, probably, possibly, whatever you want to say, going to be taking it is pretty exciting, in my opinion. However, what I'm really hyped about is the fact that of all the Grand Theft Auto games, they've really only ever improved upon them. And as much as I don't want to say that, because if you compare Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to 4, technically, a lot of people can be like, it's less of an improvement and more of a downgrade because of the fact that they took so much shit away. Like, you can't, like, they stripped that game up quite a bit. But they also improved so many different mechanics and whatnot that I don't think a lot of people think about, like the gunplay and stuff like that. The fact that you could like toss grenades and shit out of your car. That's the one where you could manually aim, right? You could manually aim your firearm. That's where they first started doing that. Yeah, I understand that completely. I do. Like I said, I'm optimistic. I can't help it. It's a combination of just the way that I am and the way that I was raised, you know? Yeah. Ain't nothing masterful about it. Now, mind you, the biggest problem with that is games like that, when they're supposed to be remasters, are different from remakes, in my opinion. Actually, it's not my opinion. It should be a matter of fact. But then again, it's more opinionated because remasters taking what already exists and could make it better by changing a couple things. But I would classify that more as a remake because you're remaking the game with changes. Like, the fucking definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto 3 through San Andreas, that is supposed to be a remaster. While you compare something like Dead Space, that is a remake. And that's one of the best examples of a remake, in my opinion. The same goes with Resident Evil 4. And I do not want to hear about the fucking lines that they took out. I get it. You're upset that they took out a couple of voice lines. I don't want to hear about it, though, because when you break it down, it's a fucking fantastic remake. And this is coming from someone who's never really played the games and doesn't have a desire to play. Well, I played Resident Evil 1 through 3. Well, 1 through 2. Had to have someone else play through 3 because Nemesis was a prick. Even more annoying than those fucking Titan bastards or whatever they're called. Anyway. Oh, those don't exist. Never heard of. You're exactly the same way with those games as I am with a game that came out with a name that it doesn't deserve. The last one that came out before the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I refuse to say its fucking name. That's how much I despise it. It is the Voldemort of this channel. fucking... Ugh. The most disgusting cash grab I think I've ever fucking bear witness to. Or bore witness to, I guess you would say. Mother... But yeah, it's funny. I was, like I said, I was going through that list of old games and like Red Dead Revolver, Gun. Oh, I gotta show y'all Gun. That is possibly one of my favorite Western games. Because I played quite a few Westerns, and I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. But hilarious enough, the Red Dead Revolver, Redemption, and Gun are like the only ones that I could think of, and those are my favorite ones. So, Call of Juarez I think I played. But it was like a one-off. I only played it for a little bit on a buddy's system years ago. And I don't remember it at fucking all. Other than, it's a Western. After I finish with this and plant these trees, we're probably going to end up switching over to the reactionary section. Finish up with that today. And then go from there. Whether or not I decide to go farther than that, I don't know. I am pretty beat today. But yeah, it's weird. I never was interested in Final Fantasy before. Hell, I'd never heard of it for the longest of times. And then you start hearing about certain games and you start learning things that, like, spoilers. Like, there are some games that their spoilers are just like everybody knows. It doesn't matter if you've ever played the games, you know about certain spoilers. Anyways, my first introduction ever to playing a Final Fantasy game was playing Final Fantasy 15 on a buddy system. And I was just playing it, enjoying the story a bit. And then I discovered you could fish. 6 hours later, and I was like, damn, maybe I should play the game some more instead of fishing. So yeah, I've actually been watching a playthrough. Specifically, I've been watching Maximilian Dude's playthrough of Final Fantasy 16. And when I say watching, I mean literally I'll do something on my PC whenever I'm not busy doing other shit and have that on the foreground over here on my second monitor. So realistically, it's less watching, more just having background noise while I fuck around. You know, I think I really need to buckle down and do is like just, I've been editing a little bit, but I need to just edit more than I currently do. I really do. Hell, thinking about it, I might actually be done with an edit that I haven't uploaded to my main YouTube yet.
On what you love without audio interruptions. So whether winding down or turning the volume way up, take control of your mood with non-stop ad-free music listening to keep the good vibes going.
But sometimes, honestly, there are some days where the ads really annoy me, but then there are other days where I like listening to them to make fun of how dumb they are. Like, people like ads that can bring them humor and stuff like that. But there are some people who make ads who think they're funny, and they are not at all. It is phenomenal how unhumorous they can be while thinking they're the funniest around. It truly is. Another reason for the tiredness could also be because of the fact that I'm a bit frustrated that I'm gonna have to play through Grand Theft Auto 3 off stream because I'm gonna catch up. There's no way in hell that I'm not gonna not catch up and miss out on I got distracted because I just realized something. I know exactly what I'm gonna be playing for a little bit at least after we get done doing reactionary stuff. We're gonna play a little bit of Enlisted today because I just realized I forgot to do the login dailies for it, so I'm actually gonna be doing that. Oh, let's go! I can't help it but make comments like that. I understand why you don't do that, and I'm okay with it, obviously. Because if I play a game enough times, I'll start skipping the cutscenes. There are certain games where I won't. Perfect example is me playing through Grand Theft Auto 3 and rewatching the cutscenes and feeling the story. I will say, Grand Theft Auto 3 is possibly cemented as... Now, mind you, I still enjoy the games greatly, so this, like, don't take too much stock in what I'm about to say. But Grand Theft Auto 3 is definitely my least favorite of the Grand Theft Auto games. Because compared to Vice City and San Andreas, the story is so much more improved upon, and just the mechanic, everything. It just gets so much better. Exactly. Like, I could probably skip the cutscenes for Metal Gear Solid, but I never will. I will not skip the cutscenes. Unless I'm literally playing the game for possibly the second or third time in a row. But if I take like a year-long to a 2-year-long hiatus, ain't happening. I thought the music stopped there because I'm listening to playlists that only have like 20 songs. And I don't have it set to where it'll play music that's similar, because if it does, it'll probably play some copywritten bullshit that'll get me muted. Or what have you. Oh, like a story playthrough? That would be pretty good. Pretty cool. What the hell are you guys doing? I need to get this thing upgraded. It feels so weak. The fact that it takes as many hits as it does where they're also caught on fire. Alright. Not exactly nice as not as nice and even as I like it to be, but it's none. It's none sharpness level yet. I used to have a sword that was decked out to the nines, but it was a modded thing, and when I apparently when it decided I fucked up or it fucked up, I don't know. Whatever happened, I lost all my gear because all my gear was modded gear. So, like, it only existed because of the mod that I had in. And it's really easy to get, so I could get it if I want to, but I just don't. on stream it's hard for, like, off stream I can do it, but on stream it's difficult because there's nothing going on when you're doing it on stream, and I'm in a different mindset when I'm on stream. The mindset I'm on when I'm streaming is, all right, we got to be entertaining. Right? That's the mindset there. Like right now, I totally forgot what I was actually doing in this. Oh, I was looking for sharpness. I know I don't have it though. No, I do have it. Sharpness 2. What's the max for sharpness? If you would kindly, 5. Oh fuck. All right, librarians. That'll work. Yep. It's gonna put a hole in our pocket, but it's a good thing I don't wear pockets. That's a joke. We might actually have to rip into our blocks a little bit. Ooh. Oh no, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna have to, I really am. I haven't been doing it, but I'm going to have to off stream grind out experience through fishing. That's only feathers and books, right? That's actually pretty damn good if I do say so myself. Because it's not that expensive. And we have chickens, right? Don't get distracted. Just see how much it costs to get this upgrade. And see if we can get the experience we need now, or... which I think we can. Anyway, I want to get this up to sharpness 5, and then we'll wrap up and move over to the finishing up of your playthrough, Rhett. Keep them coming. Now we're definitely going to be able to get sharpness 5, so this thing should be pretty wicked. What do we have on it so far? We need unbreaking on it too.
Dim sum restaurant in New York City's Chinatown. It's been closed since mid-March.
We were actually facing one of the largest declines in business ever. It was just a combination of...
Hey, never mind. 19 and 21.
Now he's thinking about how to reopen. You can hear
and we're probably gonna name it.
A new series about how the pandemic is changing our lives.
19 and 21.
Right now to listen for free on Spotify.
Oh wait. $26. Okay, that's actually discounted as shit. Holy shit! I need to do that more often. That's discounted as fuck. Don't know why I'm gonna keep that there, but I am. I'm actually gonna move. So, do I want to do that? It's a lot of traversal. Nah, fuck it. I'll hold on. This is shit that I have to organize at some point. Like that right there. I do not like having shit like that, but... Like, I'm still demotivated from all the signs that I placed getting wiped out, even though we found a better system using these instead of the signs. It's still hard for me to be like, oh yeah, let's reorganize everything again, because it's not gonna happen again, right? But there's a part of my brain that's like, it could happen again, so why bother organizing everything? And I need to tell that part of my brain to shut the fuck up. Basically what I'm doing is I'm getting myself prepared to go to the area where I'm gonna AFK fish farm. Like, literally before I go to bed, I'm gonna get my tape, put it on there, and then AFK fish farm. I understand why they did it, but at the same time, why did they take it, like, well, you can't get any treasure from AFK fish farming? I don't get it. Yeah, we do have chickens. What the fuck was I gonna put over here? I can't think of anything. I truly cannot. I thought I just had it drop down again. Did I really not? Oh, I did. I should be able to get up there without drowning. Still annoyed though. Alright, good. It's not as bad as I was starting to fear. I was like, oh god, what have I done? Observe! And then... AFK fish farm. I put some tape down. I don't have any tape around me, but I put some tape down. And we could hands off, and then I could step away, and we could be good to go. Not gonna do that right now. Eh. Cause it's basically the same damn thing in this premise, and I don't really like auto clickers. I don't like auto clickers because I've never set one up. Is the honest truth. I've never set up an auto clicker, so that's my go-to whenever I've never done something, and I'm not exactly like. It's weird to say this, but I'm gonna say it because this is how I feel. I just do not like the idea of auto clickers when it comes for them being used outside of what you think they should be used for. Fuck it, send it to me. I'll fucking... I'll figure it out. And I'll do some research before I even fuck with that shit. Anyways. I went a little bit longer than I thought I was going to, in all honesty. And you probably could tell because my conversation started to wean off a little bit because I really didn't have that much to talk about. And I know there are a couple things that I thought I was going to talk more about. Like, I thought I was going to talk more about the Armored Core mechanics. But in all honesty, because there's not a lot of mechanics to really get into detail about until you're, like, experiencing them yourself. Like, hearing about how something feels to somebody else doesn't mean that it'll feel that way to you. Anyways, outside of that ramble, we've already went over all the little tidbits of what I plan to play in the near future and the somewhat farther future. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube or the Twitch highlight, I do thank you for stopping by, and I do hope you enjoyed. If you have and are new here, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. The links will be down in the description below through all my links if you're watching on YouTube. Exclamation point links like so. If you're watching on Twitch, be it live, the highlight, or the VOD while it's still up there. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notification of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as where you can communicate with other citizens of the kingdom. Whatever else catches your fancy through all my links. Until next time, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.